Hi everyone, just some really quick projects to share with you as part of my Swaps on Crafting Passions. First ones are my ATCs. This first one I used the stamps which I got in a rack from Shah, thank you Shah, and I think it was Cloud 9, so I embossed. I used embossing powders to emboss the stamp. These bits are from the Tim Holtz Stampers Anonymous, and I glossy accented those. The fence I used, broke up some paddle pops and I painted them and stuck them together with wire, and I like the texture on the fence. I am Rose's flowers, and I used Lindy's, I think, Witch's Potion. I dare not even try to remember the others, I don't have them on hand, but it's the first time I've used Lindy's. For my second one I stuck through an embossing folder and I went over the top with some paint using my finger. I embossed with Opal's embossing powder, Spooky, which is another stamp from this range, and I used the Spellbinder's label, I think it was 21 die, a spider with some Kaisercraft bling, and I've used my glue gun to make some webs, some spider webs. My flowers are all fabric flowers, a lollipop flower, a rolled flower layered on top of some gathered trim and lace, and I made a stick pin, and another sheer flower with these gorgeous little stamens in the centre. So these swaps are for September. My other one was the Rolodex. I used the La Creme DCWV paper for this, and I just added a picture of me and my daughter with this gorgeous trim and some Prima flowers. On the back we had to add our details. I used the Spellbinder's die at the top here, and I used some iridescent, I think it was iridescent gold glimmer mist I used to give it a lot of shimmer, and I've just got my details at the back. My other swap was the Steampunk, which I've made into a sort of like a tag. I've got a habit of adding wings to everything lately, so the wings are from Donna Sellers' Spellbinder dies. To form the dress I used both dies from Tim Holtz, the sewing room die, and incorporated with the birdcage die. I added a Tim Holtz spinner on top of a washer out of some watch parts that I had. I've layered some metal flowers on top of each other. I've got some chain hooked up around the top of the cage part, which I've got charms hanging off. So I've got a cog, key, a feather, and some more chain. I had some metal wings up the top here, but they weren't big enough for me. And it spins around, and the chain at the top I've used from Lost and Found. I've used a mixture of Lumia paints, Rub and Buff, and Glimmer Mist to achieve the colour. I wasn't happy with the colour before, and it took me a while to do the Steampunk dress form, because I haven't, it's my first time doing Steampunk, and I sort of was unsure about how to achieve the Steampunk look. Like, I associate Steampunk with cogs and everything, so that's what I tried to achieve here. Last one, I was involved in the calendar swap, and we had to make 2 pages each. My first one was I got given December, drawn out December and January, August and September, so December 2011 and then the rest are 2012. I've tried to make all of my pages so that there's heaps of room for photos, and I've added acetate on covering all of the calendars, and I've left them open so that the calendar can be pulled out. Yeah, it was kind of hard because of the acetate to try and stick things on top, so I tried to add things in which I could somehow stick on the page without them coming off. My first page I made as a slider. We also had to make it vintagey, so I used the distress inks to age the paper, and I used walnut stain on all of them. So that's my slider. My berries and leaves are made out of beads, and I've got it beaded through the page so that it won't, this part won't come off. I've got some rub-ons on there. So December, obviously Christmas, January, summer. My flowers, these flowers I got given from Shah, the green ones. I painted them using Glimmer Mist in electric blue, lime and Jingle Bells, the yellow colour. And I like how those came out, and I Am Rose's leaves. When this page opens up, I've used a Prima stamp. So, room for journaling and some photos. August was a free month, so I could choose whatever theme I wanted. So I used the Hippie Chick DCW V paper for this. And I just got basically staggered my pages. I made these little beaded sprays with some string. Opens up. So journaling and some photos. I scored this, but none of the other pages are scored. So that's my August. September was Father's Day, so I tried to make it as masculine as I could, so I used the Tattered Time range, paper range, and I added some metal flowers. Now I used a paper bag for this, just so that I could add lots of whatever memories of your dad or something like that. And pages, journaling, pictures. Yeah, and there's heaps of room. Other things can be added in that. So that completes all my swaps on crafting passions. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.